There's a side to the music industry that most people never see, and the rumors swirling around certain power players are enough to make anyone's head spin. Whispers of strange parties, dark initiations, and uncomfortable secrets have persisted for years, but few stories are more chilling than those involving Diddy and Justin Bieber. How did a teenage pop sensation suddenly find himself in the orbit of one of hip-hop's biggest moguls? And why do so many observers believe that this relationship triggered a downward spiral that Justin may never fully recover from? Get ready to explore the controversial allegations and unsettling theories that have haunted this duo for over a decade. No matter how you feel about Justin's music or Diddy's legacy, the details behind their connection may leave you questioning everything you thought you knew. Justin Bieber was just a small-town dreamer who became an international star almost overnight. One moment, he was posting videos online and hoping someone would notice. The next, he was the biggest teen idol on the planet. That whirlwind of fame might seem thrilling, but imagine being 15 years old, still wide-eyed, and suddenly having access to every party and every powerful figure in Hollywood. For a kid barely out of middle school, it's both a dream and a potential nightmare. With so many eyes on him, Justin found himself exposed to a world he couldn't have anticipated, and one of the first major moguls to take him under his wing was Diddy. Diddy, also known as Sean Combs, had been a leading figure in hip-hop and entertainment long before Justin could even spell record deal. As a producer, rapper, fashion entrepreneur, and all-around music icon, Diddy's influence was massive. For many up-and-comers, an invitation to his inner circle was a golden ticket into exclusive events, collaborations, and top-tier networking. So, from the outside looking in, it was easy to see why a young performer like Justin might be starstruck by Diddy's attention. Yet, from the moment that attention began, people started raising eyebrows. Why was a 40-year-old industry mogul showering a 15-year-old with lavish gifts and grandiose promises, like mansions and luxury cars, if there wasn't some deeper purpose? At first, the media portrayed it as a simple mentor-mentee relationship, the savvy industry veteran guiding the new kid on the block. Over time, though, uncomfortable details emerged. Confused statements from Justin, videos showing the teen under the influence in suspicious settings, and rumors about bizarre freak-off gatherings all hinted that something more sinister might be at play. It's one thing to invite a young star to parties. Everyone in entertainment rubs elbows behind the scenes, but the sheer intensity and secrecy surrounding certain get-togethers had people talking. Soon, internet chatter blew up with the suggestion that Justin's innocence might have been a key attraction for Diddy, leading fans to ask, what was truly going on behind closed doors? As Justin's star rose, the rumor mill churned. Stories leaked about celebrity-filled parties where alcohol and substances flowed freely, even for minors who had no business being anywhere near that environment. People within these circles whispered about initiations, mysterious rites of passage for younger artists who wanted to climb the industry ladder. According to various tales, these initiations ranged from embarrassing pranks to uncomfortable encounters that pushed ethical boundaries to the limit. And in the center of it all, Diddy's name came up time and again. It was around this period that observers noticed a shift in Justin's demeanor. The once sunny teen idol started exhibiting erratic behavior, lashing out at paparazzi, racking up legal troubles, and displaying a volatile temper he'd never shown before. Critics chalked it up to typical child star syndrome, but fans who followed his every move suspected deeper turmoil. Had something happened at these elite parties that changed Justin forever? Some believed he'd been forced to grow up far too quickly, encountering adult experiences that were both emotionally and psychologically damaging. Allie Carter, a woman who began speaking out about alleged industry secrets, soon became a focal point of these speculations. She made startling claims about how certain underage artists and unknown figures were coerced into unspeakable acts at high-profile gatherings. Though she didn't always name names, the timeline lined up suspiciously with Justin's teenage years. Could he have been one of those kids lured by the promise of success and then trapped in a cycle of exploitation? To many onlookers, the pieces were beginning to fit a disturbing puzzle. The notion of Diddy handing Justin expensive cars, luxurious trips, and hints of real estate seemed outlandish. Why go to such lengths for a young teenager you barely knew? In interviews, Justin often looked bewildered when Diddy showered him with these promises. Whenever he tried to express gratitude, there was an uneasy smile on his face, as though he sensed there was more to accept than just a gift. Those who had spent time in the entertainment world recognized this gesture as a common tactic. an older industry vet investing in a younger star, often with the expectation of unconditional loyalty, or something more troubling. From private jets to exclusive clubs, Justin was given immediate access to experiences typically reserved for the older, more seasoned crowd. He was told it was all part of building his brand and establishing important relationships. The question nobody seemed to answer, though, was why a teen needed to be present for certain after-hours events rumored to be rife with bizarre activities. If these gatherings were truly innocent, why keep them so hidden? The secrecy only fueled speculation. Behind the scenes, rumors circulated that the gifts were not freebies at all, but a sort of transactional currency, ensuring Justin's compliance with whatever the organizers had planned. Whispers that Diddy had a history of collecting younger talents, parading them around, and then discarding them once they'd served their purpose only added to the mounting concern. Some speculated that once Justin's value as a rising star peaked, he was passed to other powerful men in the industry, men who also reveled in controlling and manipulating youthful newcomers. With Justin drifting deeper into adult territory, odd connections began cropping up. One of the strangest involved NFL star Odell Beckham and rapper The Game. Grainy videos emerged showing Justin in questionable situations. A party where he appeared to be engaging in something questionable with Odell, another where The Game and Diddy seemed to be pushing alcohol onto a barely conscious Justin. Though these clips are open to interpretation, the internet reacted with its usual intensity, spinning theories faster than a turntable at a DJ booth. Some viewers argued that Justin was simply experimenting like any teenager, albeit in a more public and lavish way. Others saw these snippets as part of a disturbing pattern of older celebrities exerting undue influence over an impressionable young singer. Even the body language in these videos set off alarm bells. Justin often appeared tense, glancing around nervously as though waiting for instructions or worried about who might catch him on camera. Odell Beckham and The Game remained largely silent on these accusations, neither confirming nor denying any wrongdoing. But their involvement, whether real or rumored, only added more layers to an already complicated story. This expanding network of rumored participants painted a grim picture. If multiple powerful men in various industries had in fact preyed upon Justin or taken advantage of him, it wasn't just an isolated incident involving a naive teen and a hip-hop mogul. Rather, it seemed emblematic of a larger underbelly, an entire subculture of entertainment elites exploiting younger stars who couldn't legally defend themselves or might be too afraid to speak out. Each leaked clip or cryptic post that popped up online only served to reinforce these dark suspicions. Then came Ally Carter, a name that has sparked endless debates in both mainstream media and online forums. She claimed to have witnessed or experienced a variety of horrifying situations that spanned illegal substances, bizarre fetish rituals, and forced acts of a graphic nature. Although she rarely referenced individuals by name, her depictions included adult superstars, powerful producers, and even politicians attending gatherings where minors were paraded around like commodities. In interviews, Ally detailed scenarios so extreme that many people dismissed her as a fabricator. Others, however, pointed to her consistent story and the hauntingly specific details she shared. Ally spoke of freak-off events, a term that allegedly refers to exclusive parties where participants engage in outlandish behavior, often involving unwilling or manipulated partners. She also mentioned how some children were prevented from eating so they wouldn't vomit during humiliating acts, and in more twisted cases, certain older participants wanted them to eat specific foods so that bodily functions became part of the night's entertainment. It's harrowing to even imagine. Immediately, listeners connected her words to the rumors about Diddy's infamous gatherings and began to wonder, were these the same freak-off parties she was referring to? Ally spoke of freak-off events, a term that allegedly refers to exclusive parties where participants engage in outlandish behavior, often involving unwilling or manipulated partners. She also mentioned how some children were prevented from eating so they wouldn't vomit during humiliating acts, and in more twisted cases, certain older participants wanted them to eat specific foods so that bodily functions became part of the night's entertainment. It's harrowing to even imagine. Immediately, listeners connected her words to the rumors about Diddy's infamous gatherings and began to wonder, were these the same freak-off parties she was referring to? For a while, Justin's life seemed to unravel in real time. The once angelic boy was now in headlines for questionable behavior, DUIs, aggressive run-ins with photographers, onstage breakdowns, and even rumors of dabbling with harder substances. Fans who'd followed him from his earliest days of pop stardom felt alarmed. How did a sweet-faced teenager go from singing love songs to spiraling into what many perceived as self-destruction? The official narrative varied. Some claimed he was just another teen idol cracking under the pressure of constant scrutiny. Others whispered that he was self-medicating to forget a litany of distressing experiences. Speculation intensified whenever Justin appeared visibly ill or drastically thin in photos. His team often released statements insisting he was fine, that he was either working too hard, battling exhaustion, or grappling with intangible mental health woes. But the rumor mill insisted there was more to the story. Gossip sites pointed to old clips of Diddy leading Justin around clubs, handing him drinks, and introducing him to questionable associates. Could that environment have paved the way for lifelong struggles with substances, mental health crises, and unpredictable mood swings? Meanwhile, there was also talk that Justin's personal life was crumbling under the weight of these hidden burdens. He'd married Hailey, trying to establish some semblance of normalcy, but soon the couple found themselves rumored to be in constant therapy sessions. Insiders claimed Justin's past traumas were rearing their head at the worst possible times, dragging him back into unhealthy habits. To fans, this cyclical pattern of self-doubt, relapse, and attempted reform began to look less like a typical celebrity meltdown and more like the fallout from severe, life-altering experiences. What might have remained a swirl of gossip took a more serious turn when speculation arose that the legal system could soon become involved. Diddy, no stranger to legal battles, found himself facing fresh waves of criticism and potential lawsuits connected to misconduct. As news outlets hinted at the possibility of civil or criminal proceedings, some suggested that Justin Bieber might be called upon to testify. If any of these revelations about underage exploitation turned into a courtroom drama, Justin could be a key witness, even if he'd prefer not to be. According to various sources, this looming threat deeply rattled the pop star. Being forced to speak under oath about activities he'd tried to forget or bury could reopen every old wound, especially if he'd truly witnessed or experienced the rumored freak-off horrors. If he refused to testify, it might cast suspicion that he was protecting Diddy. If he cooperated, he could risk retaliation from the powerful mogul or other industry heavyweights. With those kinds of stakes, it's no wonder the mere mention of subpoenas made Justin appear visibly shaken in recent public appearances. Though no formal announcement confirmed Justin's involvement in any case, the internet latched onto the story, circulating alleged court documents and insider tips that fueled paranoia. Some fans worried for Justin's safety, fearing that speaking out against a titan like Diddy might put him in danger. Others saw it as a potential breakthrough, the chance for him to finally unearth the truth and find justice for whatever had transpired during his youth. Either way, the atmosphere around Justin's camp reportedly became tense, with close friends urging him to protect himself at all costs. Through all the chaos, one person inevitably in the crossfire was Justin's wife, Hailey. Marrying a pop icon was never going to be simple, but the extent of Justin's baggage came as a shock even to someone who'd known him for years. Insiders described frantic efforts to shield their marriage from the constant swirl of negative publicity and whispered allegations. Hailey also faced criticism whenever Justin's public meltdowns went viral, with some accusing her of enabling him, while others insisted she was the only stabilizing force in his life. That pressure was compounded by the rumor that Hailey might have felt compelled to consider stepping away if Justin didn't get his act together. Marriage rumors about hidden conflicts sometimes overshadowed any of Justin's music releases or other professional moves. Therapy sessions, couples counseling, spiritual retreats. Reportedly, the pair tried everything. Hailey's main concern, it seemed, was ensuring Justin got the help he needed without letting an avalanche of gossip destroy their union. Yet behind every attempt to rehabilitate his image and well-being loomed that unspoken question. What if the real cause of Justin's anguish was a secret so big it was impossible to ignore? Adding fuel to the fire were new layers of speculation about Justin's orientation, stemming from sightings that placed him in scenarios typically associated with men seeking same-sex encounters. Was this a natural exploration of identity, or was it another trauma response? Could experiences from his teenage years have impacted his sense of self to the extent that he was seeking comfort or re-traumatizing himself in these hidden corners of nightlife? Fans debated endlessly on social media, but Hailey and Justin remained tight-lipped, leaving the public to draw their own conclusions. The real bombshell of these allegations isn't just about one teen idol and one music mogul. If these rumors and testimonies hold any truth, they're symptomatic of a much bigger, more ominous system. An industry that, at its darkest extremes, preys on the young, exploits their potential, and discards them once they've served their purpose. Justin Bieber may be the most recognizable face in this narrative, but he's far from the only performer rumored to have endured coercive initiations and manipulations. The testimonies from individuals like Ali Carter underscore that this could be a repeating cycle, in which generation after generation of hopeful stars get pulled in, used up, and left traumatized. In private circles, entertainment veterans quietly acknowledge that tales of questionable mentoring practices have been around for decades. Older stars receive a disturbing amount of leeway, often using their power to demand complete obedience from newer talent. Whether it's the promise of chart-topping success, premium brand deals, or simply the glamour of living like a VIP, these moguls hold the keys to the kingdom. And that imbalance of power can open the door to every imaginable form of exploitation. Looking at Justin's alleged experience with Diddy is like peering through a window into this hidden realm. Publicly, many celebrities choose to stay silent, presumably out of fear or loyalty to their own careers. The few who speak out risk ostracism or worse. From the outside, fans are left to piece together cryptic clues from leaked videos, social media outbursts, and offhand comments made in interviews. But if there's one consistent theme, it's that money, fame, and influence can conceal just about any wrongdoing, at least for a while. Where does this all lead? As Justin Bieber tries to maintain a semblance of normalcy, the conversation about his past doesn't seem to be going away. Every so often, new rumors surface that another investigation is about to peel back the layers on Diddy's empire, revealing the extent of what actually occurred at those infamous gatherings. If that happens, the fallout could be enormous. It might not only implicate major music executives, but also actors, athletes, and other high-level individuals who crossed paths with that circle of secrecy. For Justin, the question is whether he will ever feel safe enough to address these allegations head-on. If he truly was a victim, a single honest statement from him could change the entire public discourse. It could vindicate others who've hinted at similar experiences, bringing long-buried truths to the surface. Yet, with the weight of an entire industry bearing down and potential legal ramifications looming, it's hardly a simple decision. The risk of stepping forward could be life-altering, for better or for worse. Meanwhile, fans and industry watchers continue to speculate, waiting for any sign that the truth might finally escape the realm of rumor. Every new sighting of Justin in a suspicious spot, or every mention of him and Diddy in the same breath, sparks a fresh wave of theories. The clamor for clarity only grows louder, but as so many dark tales in show business go, if the system that nurtures these secrets remains unchanged, Justin's story could simply fade into another unsolved entertainment mystery, unless someone, somewhere, is ready to blow the lid off the entire charade. No matter where you stand on the controversies surrounding Diddy and Justin Bieber, it's undeniable that the questions have grown too big to ignore. How did a kid from a small town in Canada end up entangled in the alleged hidden rituals of a hip-hop powerhouse? Why do so many sources hint at twisted initiations, suspicious transactions, and under-the-table deals that forever changed his mental state? And most importantly, will anyone directly involved ever come forward to confirm or refute the speculation? These mysteries serve as a reminder that the entertainment industry's glitz and glamour can mask unimaginable practices. The idea of younger talents being lured with promises of fame, then exploited or silenced, should be alarming to anyone who loves music and cherishes genuine artistry. Whether these rumors are fully accurate or partly exaggerated, they shine a glaring spotlight on power imbalances and what can happen when naive stars get in over their heads. As for Justin, his ongoing personal battles may be the clearest testament to how profoundly these alleged experiences impacted him. We may never learn the complete story of what truly happened behind those closed doors. But one thing is clear: the scars, both visible and invisible, are a reminder that sometimes the biggest tragedies unfold where the spotlight shines the brightest.